everyone, it's Elizabeth from Fern Stickers, and I am here to plan the week of August 14th. So this is the first week back to classes for me, so I am using the back to school kit. So I have the Cousin full boxes, the bold scripts, doodles, skinny washi, Cousin essentials, boxes and labels, and journaling. So let's get into it. All right, getting myself organized here. So anyway, like I said, this is back to work week for me. So on Friday, I had a bunch of meetings. So that was really kind of my back to work day, and when I saw a lot of my colleagues for the first time since December. And we just, you know, some of it's like meetings where we have to decide things, but a lot of it is stuff like, make sure you change your password, make sure you lock your office door, make sure you include these new policies in your syllabi because we had a weird problem with it last semester. So it's nothing too exciting, but it's always good to see people. And yeah, it just kind of feels celebratory. And I guess celebratory sounds weird, but you know, there's that like that new school year feel, that sort of feeling of possibility and hope. And I like always getting that feeling. And that's one of the fun parts about having this job, is that I still get that every year, even though I'm not in school. But yeah, the reality is sinking in. So in general though, last week did not go like I planned at all. So last week so Monday was Daniel's first day of daycare. So the plan was like ease him in, go a little bit longer every day. I was gonna have a lot of time to get things done, both some work things and just doing some things around the house. And then Daniel would not take a bottle at daycare. So we've been working on bottles at home. When he was a really new little baby, he had some problems gaining weight, and we had to give him bottles, and he took them like a champ and actually preferred the bottles. And then we worked with a lactation consultant to wean him off the bottles, and once he got good enough at nursing, he was like, nope, I don't want anything to do with bottles anymore. So like since he was 6 weeks old, we really have had trouble getting him to take a bottle, and we could get him to take like half an ounce or an ounce. So he knew how to drink from a bottle, but didn't like to. And I've been working the past couple weeks at really working on the bottle with him. And again, I was pretty consistently getting him to drink an ounce. And I thought, okay, that's good. I'm usually giving it to him when he's not that hungry, so that's why he's not drinking very much. But he would pretty much always drink the bottle when I would give it to him. So I figured when we're at daycare, when he's hungry, when I'm not around, we'll be great. Well, the first day at daycare, and again, he was just gonna be there for a few hours. I got called to come get him early because he wouldn't take a bottle. We had to call in the reserves, and this is where I am so, so grateful to my family. And they have just really, especially both my mom and my mother-in-law, have really stepped up and given us a lot of help with Daniel. And so I called my mother-in-law because she lives in Atlanta. She's only 2 hours away. And I said, you know, I think we need you to come and help with bottle boot camp. So Tuesday through Friday, then I just went into my office like all day, like, you know, like 10 hours out of the house so that I wasn't around. And my mother-in-law tried to just give Daniel bottles. It did not go as well as we planned though, because he just would hold out to nurse, and he was going like 10, 12 hours without eating much of anything. He would, you know, like drink like half an ounce and eat a little bit of solids, but not have anything substantive because he was just holding out to nurse. Okay, I have to stop talking for a second and think about what I'm doing here. So with my sidebar, yeah, you can see this is how last week turned out. Oh, I didn't show you. This is how last week turned out. And you can see like the cleaning, the habits, didn't happen. This last week just turned out very differently than I expected. So I'm not gonna do cleaning this week. I don't know what this week is gonna be like. I don't wanna be too ambitious. So I think I'm just gonna put my habits and reading in the sidebar. So I'll go ahead and do that and speed you through setting up the habit tracker, and then I will pick back up with you in just a minute. All right, so there is my sidebar. And also, sorry about this weird light. I've got a window right above my desk, and usually when I film, this is not here, but it is today. So anyway, Okay, so there's my sidebar. I'll start filling in the week and talking a little bit more. So I'm filming this on Monday morning. Daniel is at daycare now, and we will see how things go. I am feeling hopeful. So essentially we talked to our pediatrician because, again, he was just holding out from nursing and we didn't know what to do. So we talked to the pediatrician and she said since we tried everything, we tried different bottles, different temperatures, different people giving it to him, like we tried all of the things and it wasn't working. So she said we just needed to sort of cold turkey only let him take bottles until he got hungry enough to take them, and we could give him Pedialyte with an eyedropper if we were worried that he was getting dehydrated. And it worked. It was definitely rough, although I think rougher on us than Daniel. Daniel was in a great mood, which was kind of funny he was like perfectly happy and having no problem with not eating very much. Okay, again, I'm running into this, like, I can't quite decide if I want to like actually use the hours or not, but I think I'm not actually using the hours, even though I put that at the right time. Okay, sorry, I'm interrupting myself here. But anyway, but it was definitely harder on Brian and I to be like, ooh, he's not eating anything. But it got to the point where he was happily just chugging bottles. Definitely we were like, okay, is this gonna work, or is he just so stubborn he's gonna hold out? But he eventually got there. So he is at daycare. He's got bottles, and we will see how it goes. I really hope he drinks the bottles for them at daycare, but he was doing it well for both me and Brian this weekend, so I really hope he keeps it up. So anyway, so today and tomorrow are now my days to kind of do stuff at home. Some of the stuff I'm going to do is work related, but since I was in the office so much last week, I got a lot more work related stuff done last week than I'd planned. So I'm in pretty good shape for my classes, so I'm going to be doing a lot of things around the house. Because it is kind of weird to, like, I really haven't ever been away from Daniel for more than a few hours, so it's kind of weird to have him gone. So, okay, again, the things I'm still figuring out with this planner, where I want to put my full boxes. Okay, now I'm going to move this one up because I like it to be overlapping a little bit. I want to stagger that. So, yeah, so again, Monday and Tuesday are my days at home, and hopefully Daniel does well at daycare. Oh, also too, so we sent Daniel to daycare one other day last week just for a couple hours because we figured even if he wasn't there long because he wouldn't take a bottle, it was good to send him at least a little bit to get used to it. But he got sick already from daycare, so poor guy. I mean, it wasn't bad. He had a cold and then he had a mild fever, but then we had to keep him home because he was already sick. So again, I was glad my mother-in-law was here because I was able to, on Friday when I had meetings all day, he was sick, so she was able to watch him. All right, so I've been talking so much and not paying attention to what I'm doing here. So I've got classes start on Wednesday, so I'm teaching one class in person and then one class online. So I teach and then I have office hours. I need to make some new custom scripts for these things that will fit in the Cousin. And I also need to mark that Wednesday is trash day. And let's see, I've got the bold scripts again. And I also grabbed the doodles because there's some things that I want like more than one of, so I grabbed the doodle sheets. These are bigger, the ones on this sheet are bigger than the ones on the Cousin sheet, but they still definitely will work without a problem. And I also might pull some of these into my daily spreads, depending on what I have left over. So there's trash day, and then I need to put on Tuesday is my gather up trash. Actually, I was grabbing a dot to use, but I'm going to use one of these boxes with the checklist on it. So let's see, what was oh yeah, last week I used this, and then I just cut the day off, trash day, and just put trash, and then I'll know that means I am gathering up the trash. Okay, so then that's what I've got on Wednesday. Then Thursday, so I'm gonna work from home on Tuesday and Thursday. And so I'm gonna try to do laundry on Thursdays when I work from home. And again, my job is super flexible. I'm not on the clock. So for me, I like to take advantage of that flexibility, and like laundry is one of those things that really doesn't take that much time, but it's a lot of waiting around. And so it's getting to the point too where it's hard to do laundry when Daniel is awake, because the laundry room is not a place where he can be, mostly because Luna's stuff is in there and he wants to get into that. So it's much easier to do that when he's not home. So I think that's why, yeah, I think laundry is going to make more sense to do on in the week. So I'm going to try doing laundry on Thursdays, and then I have small group, which I really want to get back. I've put small group in my planner a few times recently, but I have not actually made it. I've gone to small group once since Daniel was born, and mostly I just still go to bed so early that it's hard to get there. So I really want to make a point of getting back to small group, but we'll see. It may or may not happen. Then on Friday, I'll have class again, but no office hours on Friday. Office hours on Friday are not very popular, so you're just on Monday and Wednesday. And then I will, in the evening, want to do meal planning so we can go to the store on Saturday. Although that said, Brian's cooking dinners this week, so we'll see. He might keep cooking dinners. We have to figure out, now that I'm back to work, we have to figure out how we're redistributing everything and what makes the most sense. But he's taking over this week, which is really nice because I have no idea what my schedule is going to be like. So actually, if he's the one cooking dinner, then he'll be the one planning dinners too. But I'll still need to put stuff on the grocery list. Okay, get the rest of these full boxes down. So then Saturday will be grocery shopping. And again, Brian went grocery shopping this last week. But that's also something Daniel is pretty good about going to the grocery store, and actually really likes looking around and smiling at people and all of that. So it's a good thing to do with him. So it's one that might make more sense for me and Daniel to do. But again, we're figuring out all of this stuff and what makes the most sense for who to do. Let's see. I always want to use the doodle and the script. These bold scripts in the Cousin are a little big, so maybe I'll put the grocery bag up there and then kind of layer it like that. There we go. And then Sunday we have church. And there's a church script here. I feel like I'm always just losing my stickers and burying them. Okay, the appointment label is a little too small for these scripts, but that's okay. And then I also need to start meal prepping on Sunday. So for lunches, I am back to making salads for lunch that I prep on the weekend and get all ready ahead of time. And that makes packing lunches way easier. And especially since that's one of my habits, is I need to get bottles and lunch done the night before so we get out the door on time. So prepping my lunches on Sunday will make a big difference. And then also will have some planner time. And then the last thing for Sunday is to call my mom. And like yesterday, Daniel and I FaceTimed with my parents, but sometimes I'll just call her in the evening. But that's always been like, Sunday night is always when Brian and I call our moms and check in. So that will happen on Sunday. So I think that's what I have for the week ahead. So if you have kids or work in education, I wish you a happy back to school if that's already happened or whether it's coming in a few weeks. And for everybody else, I wish you a happy week ahead regardless of what is happening for you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye everyone.